How else I got the logo
3.
on my t-shirt? No.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Morning or good afternoon. Oh, we already have lots of people from all over coming and joining in this morning. How are you guys? Let's see, we've got...
Still delayed.
Is it delayed? It might be delayed. All right, let's just see where everyone is watching from. Let's see, we've got Christchurch. That's nearby. If you're in Christchurch, then you probably got a lot of rain like we did last night. Let's see, South Africa, Seattle. Whoa, we've got the UK popping in. Ooh, we even have Argentina. Hi, guys, this is so much fun. We haven't gone live in a while, so this is great. So if you're just coming in, oh, we got Madison. Oh, that's Pepe. Cool. Napier. Happy Father's Day. Yes, it is Father's Day in the U.S. Isn't that great? All right, I'll make sure the video is off on this one. We're reading comments here, and we're here. Oh, okay. Gotta push play. There. Good to go. All right, well, I have my coffee on hand, so I'm good for a nice conversation. We're going to bring you guys up to speed, and yeah, we're going to share what we've been up to because we haven't gone live in, like a 4-week time. And if you can imagine, we've been in one house for the last 4 weeks, which is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
It feels like we're living life like homebodies, meaning like, because if you don't know, like a lot of people think that we've just been in the same spot here in New Zealand, but actually, because New Zealand's been COVID-free this last year, we've really taken advantage to just travel around and see everything. So we went all the way up north, all the way down south, and we've been moving and moving and moving and moving. And so, yeah, this is feeling normal, right, guys? What are we up to? Share with them. Who wants to share what we're up to? Like, what are you guys up to? What's your day like?
We like to work out, and then we do school, and then we have youth group here, which is really nice. We're starting dance class. We've got a lot of friends, so we sometimes go and hang out with them.
I've done lots of gardening because there's a garden here. I've been growing carrots, beetroot, spinach, lettuce, tomatoes, basil, cilantro, spices. Not spices, but herbs.
Whole bunch of stuff. So it's been fun. Yeah, we even have in our greenhouse. So it's winter here, right? Because we're in the southern hemisphere. But the winter in New Zealand, you can't really call it a full winter. Like it's not what you would think. Like when you say winter, for a lot of people in the northern hemisphere, especially in the northern countries, like they know lots of snow and you know, like a real winter. But yeah, this is not a real winter. This is like just kind of raining, and it's basically like fall.
It's like fall. Like you can wear sweaters and pants, but some people wear shorts and t-shirts, you know? Sometimes you'll have really sunny days where it feels really warm. You can almost wear shorts again.
Yeah, people wear shorts here. That's why Kiwis wear shorts, I think. And we're using a fireplace to heat the house. So it's cozy, warm. It's not so big that like, because last year where we stayed, the house was so big. They have heating in like certain areas, and like it just wasn't enough to heat like the whole house with the one fireplace. Or they actually had 2 fireplaces, but in the same area. So yeah, but yeah, cool. So we've got Texas coming in. We've got Kiwi land coming in. That's so cool. That's so neat. I know it's New Zealand. Florida's here. Alabama. Cool. That is so cool. That is
very wet at the moment.
Very wet at the moment. It has been very wet at the moment. But we've even, you know, like along the way, we sometimes adopt family members and we adopt people and animals. And so the other day we adopted a cat for the day. This cat would not leave our house. It just was so happy to be here. We couldn't kick it out. And I think partly because it was raining.
It was raining, and since it was in our house, it's like, why leave now, you know? Yeah. I think now it's in its owner's house, and now it doesn't want to come out again.
I think so.
Because it's nice and warm. And
it was the cutest, fluffiest, nicest cat you'd ever see. So it was amazing. Oh, we even have Nicaragua in the house. That is awesome. So much fun, you guys. You guys are probably all having a blast where you are. Most of you are watching from, it looks to be like the summer months. So, except for those watching from New Zealand and Australia and Argentina. Hey. So, Liverpool, awesome. So let us know if you have any questions. And in the meantime, we're just going to kind of talk to you guys and share a little bit about what we've been up to. So, That's so much fun. But yeah, the girls, because they're starting dance classes and stuff like that, it really does feel like more of a home. We're getting in a routine. And Chloe, what were you just saying last night? Like when you do things in a routine, life goes by short or fast?
When you're in a routine, things go by faster because, like, the year 2019, let's say, we were traveling nonstop, and it felt like that year we just did so much. So, like, this year, 2021, for example, has been going by so fast because it's not like we're, moving around as much.
So you think it goes faster when you're not moving and slower when you're moving? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's because when you see so much, you kind of think, whoa, I did all that in 1 year versus just staying in one spot. It doesn't feel like that as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Angelique?
I don't know. I don't really have a schedule. I just do whatever I want in the day.
Tell us
up.
Tell us about your the youth program, like what they did, because when we first got back, the very first day we came here, we decided to do a youth kind of program, and they went, and it was something called a coin toss
car rally. And we all thought, like, wait a minute, what are we going to do with cars and stuff? And then it turned out to be like, so you flip a coin, you get heads, I think you go right or something, and then tails go left, and then it's like, who can get furthest out of town in a 45-minute mark? So you have to, like, time where you are at each location.
And how far did you get?
Yeah, pretty far out of town, like maybe like 5-10 minute drive out of town.
Our first one we ended up on a road that didn't have any intersection, so we just kept going, and we were like, wow, this is great, because we just keep going to the end. That was really
You
fun.
might have made it all the way down to Invercargill.
Not quite. That would have been, yeah, no.
That would be hilarious. Okay, we've got a couple questions. Have we visited Napier yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Not only did we visit Napier, we did like the coolest thing because there's this store there where you can go
It's
and
like
you
a
can.
museum.
It's kind of like a museum, yeah, because they play a little video and story about
Teach
Napier.
history.
But you can get dressed up, and we got dressed up as if we were from the 50s, and then we went out.
30s more so.
Oh yeah, 30s. Okay, was it? Yeah, around that era.
Art Deco time.
20s, 30s. Okay, and anyway, we felt like we were old fashioned, and we got up and we went in a car ride, and then they show you the history of the town, and it was just really, really cool. So, yeah. Okay, so how many countries have we traveled to?
Tauranga region.
Kia ora. We don't say it the way you guys do. We're trying.
Kia ora.
She does.
Kia ora?
Kia ora.
I think you like blend them together. You don't say like Kia ora. You put them together.
Kia ora. Kia
Kia
ora.
ora.
So somebody's asking though, how many countries have we traveled to? For me, this is country 100, which is like a huge celebration. So New Zealand's always going to be special for that reason. And then the girls,
I've been to 99.
98.
yeah. Russell's new to discovering our channel. Cool.
Scandinavia. Pretty famous trip.
Ooh. You're trying. Okay, we've got somebody planning a trip. This is Russell planning a trip with 3 boys instead of girls. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how old your boys are, but
Visit Scotland. Wait, how do you say the word? Sorry.
Scotland.
No.
Where?
Oh my goodness, in Sweden, Scotland.
Stockholm.
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 Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, I'm getting confused.
Which countries are you looking to go to in Scandinavia? We had an awesome time. Yeah, in the
And-
city center. It was beautiful, eh?
Sweden, Norway, Finland, they're all beautiful countries.
Have we visited the aquarium? I think you're talking about the one maybe
Napier?
in... Oh, yeah, because there was one in Napier and there was one in Auckland. We
And
did.
Napier is a big one.
Oh, Napier was amazing. That was really cool, actually. Especially because wasn't it there that we could see the water? Or no, that was Auckland. Where the water, you could see the water level from outside. Anyway, I think that was the Auckland one. It was really neat.
Someone wrote, hello from Sri Lanka. I think you guys have been here.
We have been to Sri Lanka. Okay, here we go. So, just to give you guys heads up, so you don't all think that we're going in and out of New Zealand like, I don't know, like what, because you can't even do that right now. If you didn't know, New Zealand's borders are still completely closed. So unless you're a New Zealander coming back home, and they have a bubble between Australia, but you can't come without quarantining, and it's a whole big process because you need to book your hotel, and there's only so many rooms available, and you have to book in advance, and then you have to hope that your plane wouldn't get canceled or anything like that. So it's not an easy process, and the only people that are coming here are essential workers and that's about it. So, but we're going to be producing all of our videos. So we're working right now on the videos from Dubai, from Sri Lanka, like all that whole series that we have coming up. We have so many videos still from when we left that would have been November 2019. So if you see no masks in the video, this is why. You'll also see some people wearing masks in some of the Asian type of countries, but it was more so because that's just what they do. So please don't send comments saying, why aren't you guys wearing masks? And then when COVID hit, we still weren't wearing masks because we didn't realize how serious this whole thing was. But you're gonna see that in all of our upcoming videos. So don't think that we're like traveling there right now, because we're not. And yeah, so those are really cool because I've got some really fun ones coming up. We're also revamping the intro song and stuff like that on our intro. We've got a fun song that Angelique found us. So,
and we also got a sneak peek of what it's like a day in our life coming up.
Yes, that Julia's been working on. And yeah, so there you go. So Sri Lanka, we went to a whole bunch of different places actually while we were there. We saw, I wouldn't say the whole country because we didn't go all the way north, but...
So we went to Colombo, the capital city. Yeah. We went to Ella.
Sigiriya, the big rock. We climbed up it.
Yeah, we went to Go. We went to
which is like their
Candy.
old city. Yeah. And then we went to Galiama. We went to a tea plantation. Gamadua. And then Ella, yeah. And then we went to also the beach area. Melissa, is that what it was? Oof.
You guys will see.
I forget all the names all the time. There's so many places. So yeah, it was really cool. Someone was saying, are we coming back to South Africa?
I would love to.
Yeah.
In the near time future, who knows?
Who knows? Like our goal, so traveling wise, our goal is, because we're on this side of the world, would be to hit up those countries which are the Pacific Islands.
Yes.
And get some of the countries done here before we start heading off. That's all contingent on travel and everything else, and borders and everything. But we did get an extension on our visas, so this is great. So we're here for another little while, and we'll see what happens next. So
yes.
Someone's saying, hello from Florida. Watch all our videos. I love them. Why don't you do epidemic music? Oh, we do.
Wait, what? I didn't say that.
When
Epic
you show us
music.
those amazing $1 million views.
Why
Epic
don't
music.
you
We do use epidemic.
music?
Oh, I thought you were
Epic
saying
music when you show us.
the $1 million views. Okay, well, we could use some different epic music. If you find, like, we use a site called Epidemic Sound, and then we buy other music on sites like Envato. So all the music we use in our videos, you have to pay a license to access and use them. If not, you get a copy strike from YouTube. So you have to be careful of what music you use and such like that. So the music we use, we try to pick it out. But if you have suggestions, send us some music that you like that you think would be really cool, and we can kind of match it up to sound somewhat similar when we look for the music. You wouldn't believe how much time we spend looking for music. It's just ridiculous. Because sometimes you're like, and especially Angelique's been working on a video, and this is a place in Dubai called Global Village. And explain what Global Village is.
So it's like a Epcot. If you don't know what Epcot is in Florida, it's like where you travel throughout countries, but this one's a bit different. It doesn't really have rides. It has a section in the back. But it's like you walk through and there's like country, like mostly Middle Eastern countries. And then you can go in, you can buy like fabrics from their country or food and things like that. So you can like go throughout and do that.
And
so
and because it's like each country represented,
you're going to find music for every country. And it's like, I would probably put like 16 songs in it already, and I still have like 10 more to go.
Yeah, and sometimes like you want to represent the country, but like not too traditional, because then it's kind of like boring for the people from those countries. They're like, seriously, us young people don't really listen to that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when you're doing something like this and it's cultural, you want it to represent. So we don't know. Like, I don't know what they listen to in Jordan and Lebanon and, like, you know what I mean? Egypt, I don't know. So we're trying to, like, find music, and it's not always easy, right? Especially when you have a limited resource to our stuff. But, yeah, epic music, we'll have to, if you think of some cool songs that are very nice, let us know, and we'll try and match them up. So someone's asking about the vaccination question. That's not, it's just rolling out here in New Zealand. So it's just something that's just starting, if you will. Like, a lot of the frontline workers have been vaccinated, then a lot of the pilots and all that stuff, and then now the elders are getting vaccinated. So it's just like a process like every other country, but it hasn't been rolled out like urgently fast like some other countries like Israel and stuff like that. So yeah. Just reading the questions.
Oh.
So someone's asking
The one.
if we could live anywhere in the country. Marmar 25. All right. So first of all, you're welcome.
Can we live anywhere in New Zealand?
Yeah, and I just want to say you're welcome. When you guys kind of give us these nice comments that you like our videos and you're enjoying them, it really encourages us to pump out more and stuff like that. So we really appreciate that. And can we live anywhere in New Zealand? Technically, we can.
Can they or can we?
Can we?
I mean, if you're in New Zealand, you can live anywhere in New Zealand.
Can we live anywhere in New Zealand? Yeah.
That's confusing.
I think we can live anywhere in New Zealand. Of course, it's based on availability. Like where we are now, it's worked out unbelievably amazing to be in the house we're at. So we're super happy here. And anyway, so it's just kind of like a perfect match for the time being. So we've been using a website called Home Exchange. And this whole year since we came, we've been moving from home to home to home based on people's availabilities, based on if it's their second house or their main house, because home exchange is based a lot of times on people's first home. And so if they're not leaving their home, then it's not available, right? So yeah.
Somebody said, have you ever heard of any New Zealand groups, like music groups? We've heard of 1660.
And John, what's his name?
And then there's this one girl, Benina or something.
What's the one?
The Willerman one?
Who's the group?
The Long Johns.
The Long Johns.
Oh, that's a cool song. Y'all know that song? Na, 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 na. That one's fun.
Now, someone's asking, are you guys going to return to the countries you've been to but not have the videos up because I think they got lost? That wasn't...
Ooh.
So the footage we lost, we were able to get back, and they were only from New Zealand house, so we have all those footage back. So yeah, that works out good.
Yeah, we actually, so we brought our hard drive, because if you don't know the story, we had lost footage from the hard drive, and normally we have 2 backups. And long story short, we brought it to a place in Auckland, and thinking that maybe they could fix it. And they were like, yeah, it's going to be $2,500 to fix. And we were like, yee, that's really steep.
And they said there's like some percent.
And they're like,
it's
not even 100%, chance that we're going to be able to get any of the footage back. Well, we ended up finding another company out of a city called Hamilton. And this guy worked from home, and he's like, yeah, no problem, let me check it out. And it took a little while, I think like maybe 2-3 weeks, but he was able to recover all the lost footage. And that was like lots of lost footage. Like all of Tipapa Museum was in lost files because they were all corrupted somehow. So anyway, like Julia said, it was all New Zealand. We got it all back. Some of it in Picton was a bit distorted, but it worked.
Or like glitching, the audio is not correctly.
Yeah, but we made it work, right? So so thankfully it's all good. And then there's a lot of countries that we traveled to before we had a YouTube channel as well. So some of those countries would be cool to go back to, like all of Scandinavia, for example, and all these other countries we traveled to, but we never made videos for. Like Thailand was one of them.
But we went back just before in last February.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and we made really neat videos from our time in Thailand. So that's really cool.
Those are coming soon too.
Yeah.
When are you visiting Portugal?
Portugal? Ooh, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not far. Like when we're back in Europe, it's really everything in Europe's so close, and we love it. We love our time. Like we loved it in Portugal. So who knows? Who knows? Any questions? Let me see. I wrote down like a few things that, one thing we have to talk about is something the girls work on every single month. And it's quite a long process. And it's their Geography Made Fun courses. So do you want to explain, one of you want to explain what is it that you talk about in your geography classes?
Perfect timing because someone just asked about education in the school too.
You want me to say? Okay. Well, our geography classes are all about like basically how would you put it? We talk about the money, we talk about basically everything about the country. Anything you can think of, like the food, the landscape, people,
language, how many, all those little things.
And so what we do in those geography classes is, and we should maybe pop up once like a sample of one or something like that so you guys can see. It's like something we created as a course to help us fund what we do, and it's only $5 a month. And with that, you get a video a month, and in the videos, it's all of our footage from our trips, and some of it's footage that we've shared, some of it's footage that we don't share, and the girls are basically explaining from their perspective what they experienced there from a geography perspective of all the cool things. So some countries are more in depth because they're countries we know really, really well, and other countries that we've kind of been through maybe quickly, or maybe they were a bit younger, like Brazil. Well, we have to look it up a little bit and research quite a bit before we do a geography class. So sometimes like it takes them 2 hours of researching it and then a couple of hours to film it. And then Chloe is actually the one helping with the production on that. And then I have someone else helping me out with the final edit. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's it. Just go check it out. Growing Up Without Borders /courses. Go to our website and see. Okay, one more promotion, and that is, if you guys want to know more in-depth details, we have a newsletter that you should subscribe to. And in there, we kind of explain where we're at, what we're doing, what our plans are. And so if you want to know some of those details, go over to our website as well and just fill in your name and your email, and then that way you'll have a newsletter from us. I'm not consistently doing it, but you will get probably a good one a month or so at this point.
Yeah, and then when someone's asking about our schooling, we are homeschooled. We use an online curriculum from the United States.
And basically you read it and then you do your questions. It's got, lessons, quizzes, tests, and then it'll tell you how you're doing in your school year.
So since we've been in one place as well, we're starting to use Monarch more, which is the online version of this program, because we used to use their offline version. And it's really cool because it does all the grading and stuff, so it's really easy.
Mm.
And then there's like little videos to explain how this works, that works.
Yes.
It's a really in-depth curriculum. Like, it's not, you could say, like, the only thing that's a little bit tricky when it comes to education is, like, if you're doing your science lab things, like, we don't have that.
Oh, yeah, we
so
just sometimes skip those.
just kind of read them, and we don't do the actual experiment. So we read through it, and we kind of understand, like, what would happen. But it's not like you're watching, a plant grow and then writing down your measurements every day like you do.
You could plant one.
Well, okay, that's a bad example because we are planting, other examples, dissecting a frog or something
or
like that.
Having those science tubes and making fire or whatever.
Although you guys did blow up a volcano cake, so there you go. You did. But yeah, so it's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's
The
that?
experiments are usually pretty basic. Like, it's like you watch a video on it, and then you've got to write it down.
Yeah, but then some of them you have to, create something.
Or you've got to measure things.
Figure out the condensation of... Yeah, whatever.
Oh, this is a perfect time for condensation because it's just been pouring rain.
Yeah, I
last night the whole house was shaking. It was blowing so hard. It was just crazy.
Yeah. I should be doing this right now.
So, Dean says the next country we go to, they're all going to think we sound Kiwi. Well, maybe the girls, right? So, do you think they sound a little bit Kiwi? Maybe? I say things like...
I say sometimes reckon or
reckon.
Sweet as or like...
But you don't say it like they do. They're like...
But they're like...
Oh, sweet as, bro.
They'll be like... yeah, good day. I reckon we can go down to the beach today or whatever. That's cute. That's more Kiwi than we sound.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Watches.
But you know what? We've been talking to some people and they didn't realize that we weren't from here. And I thought, don't we sound like... Yeah, they were like, oh, I didn't know you know. And I'm like, what? Don't we sound different?
Well, we might look
starting to
Kiwi.
fit in.
We just fit in,
Oh, we definitely fit in. It's so relaxed here. Like, it's not like posh like you are in some other countries. So there's just no like pressure, especially on our girls, to like look a certain way or be like, like this. There's none of that here. It doesn't seem to exist.
Wow.
And it's quite nice. Like, seriously.
Okay.
I think so anyway. I think the ladies are
like
normal.
once a week or twice a month. It is too long for me and my daughter to wait for time.
Sandra says it's the ice cream gal. Okay.
Oh, the one below it.
Oh, I didn't read that one yet. Okay, I'll read that one next. But I was going to say, speaking of ice cream, okay, you Kiwis watching, is there such thing as Pijoa ice cream?
Yes.
In the stores, you can buy it?
No.
Ah.
You gotta make it.
You gotta make it.
We've got feijoas and an ice cream maker. You can easily make it.
The girls bought an ice cream maker, and I'm convincing them they need to make like a noisette. Noisette is like hazelnut ice cream. This is my favorite gelato.
So you like crush up hazelnuts, you put cream, hazelnut sugar, you let it spin, you put it in the freezer, boom, hazelnut ice cream.
And Angelique's going to make feijoa ice cream. Okay, so when we do...
No, I'm going to make a maple walnut ice cream.
Who's making the feijoa one? Weren't you guys talking about it?
No. I have a recipe, so I could make it.
She showed me it. Anyway, well then you should try it, and then we'll have to make a little video or something just on the feijoa ice cream, because that would be so cool. Maybe it'll be a new thing in New Zealand. Okay.
So she was asking like once a week or twice a month, because it's too long to wait an entire month for the
job. You would love us to release more. I would love to too. It would be great if we can just like pump out a whole bunch and then get some help with the production.
We'd have to sit and film like 100 of them.
I mean, we have so much to share. Mm-hmm. It's just it takes us a long time to produce it, like hours and hours, because we have to go find all the clips in our past videos to match the video and then put it together and all that. But yes, we can try and pump out like, we can try and get to 2 a month. That would be great. I know you're enjoying them. If you have feedback for us, let us know if you're, if you want to see something different or anything like that. But yeah, cool. What else? Saludos.
Yes.
Ezekiel, cool.
So
Ice cream.
I don't know what that says.
Vanilla ice cream, a bottle of Coke, and banana. Ooh.
That sounds
interesting. Isn't that called a float? Wasn't that called a float? Like we used to put, wasn't it? Oh no, wasn't it like root beer or something? Wait a second.
Ice cream we saw in Florida. Remember that ice cream parlor thing?
What was it?
It was like, I don't know, like a whole menu. Remember that place?
Oh yeah.
That was one of them.
Oh, that was so cool.
So it says, don't you ever get homesick? Depending on where we are, we could, but here in New Zealand,
like if we're at a place where we have like no like food, like kitchen, and we have to go out every night for dinner, then some of us get homesick because it's just like.
And depending on which countries.
I think when it comes to homesickness as well, like I guess the girls are used to being away from home, and I think the one who feels it the most is Chloe, so she's not here to share. But she often will be like, oh, I miss being home and I miss like having my friends that are there. And you girls are not as much like that, eh?
No, for me now, New Zealand's starting to feel like home. Like I prefer to stay here. Like to go, like I don't mind going back and forth, but like New Zealand's starting to feel like home. Like I've got friends here and everything,
Yeah. And like Angelique said, like I think where they have, like if you talk about like meltdowns and stuff like that, like our girls have been really good, but in certain countries, like she was saying, like when we have to, let's say, eat the local food that they're not really used to, and we have to do that because we don't have a kitchen for like 3 weeks in a row, that's where it starts to get taxing, and they're kind of like, oh, can we just be done, eh? Like, yeah, I think in certain, but if we had a home exchange in that country and then we just hit the grocery store up, it just changes
Those
everything.
little things make it homey.
Make it homey,
Yes.
yeah. And food's a big part of your life. You eat food on a daily, right?
Yeah.
So
Somebody said, do you prefer Airbnb or home exchange?
Home exchange.
Definitely home exchange.
I would say the difference is Airbnb like to keep it like almost like a hotel where there's nothing really inside a home. Compared to home exchange, you'll have all their stuff inside, their books, their spices, their food in the fridge, you know what I mean? So it's really like you're just like you're home.
yeah, and it's a different mentality. So the whole group of people that are using home exchange, they're usually into travel, adventure, and they'll really share kind of some of the local things that are going on, and it's just, it's a different experience. It's like welcome.
Like, welcoming, trustworthy. It's like, my home is your home.
Yeah, it's really different. It's really, really different. Like Julia said, like you have everything there. It's like walking into your own home, and it just feels nice, when there's those things.
Are you going to go back to Africa? Yes, because we've got 43 more countries to visit there.
Yeah.
So eventually we'll be doing some more trips there.
Oh yeah, we have so many countries. The countries left over, you guys, are like all the extents. Egypt, Lebanon,
Central
Israel,
Asia.
Jordan, Central Asia, like Korea,
Congo.
Japan.
Pacific Islands. We've got a couple Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
Pacific Islands.
Yeah, so unfortunately, like, we're not going to be going necessarily back to South Africa until we go through some of the other countries, and then...
But you never know, like, you can easily fly there.
Oh, yeah, you
and
can
fly
pop through.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
If you're going to be down there, I'd like to.
Yeah, and so that's going to be coming up. Like, our timing is going to be interesting to finish the goal of visiting every country in the world, with Julia potentially getting off to school soon. So COVID's really thrown us for a loop, as it did the whole world, which is fine. But it's going to be just different. It's going to be a different... We'll see what happens, basically. Okay, what else? I want to go back to the ice cream. So Sandra, I'm going to try... I'm going to try your ice cream, and we'll see how it goes. So it sounds interesting, and it sounds a little gross, but okay.
Are you trapped in New Zealand, or do you live here?
Interesting question. So we're not trapped. No. We're kind of like... We're like the moa bird. That's a big... New Zealand used to have this big bird called a moa bird. It was like a huge bird, and they went extinct. And we're kind of like visitors here, so we're on what is a visitor's visa, and
we just don't want to
extinct. We're going extinct. The visitors and the travelers are going extinct in your country, and that's kind of like where we're at. But we're not trapped. No. But we are in a sense that if we leave, we can't come back in. So you could say in that sense we're trapped. Like, we can't go to an island and then come back through. We would have to like go to an island and then get off. Leave. We don't want to leave. We're like, this is COVID free. People are friendly. Everyone speaks English. We're in a good spot, until everything settles down. And plus, we have so many videos coming up that we want to share with you guys. So this is like the perfect time for us to just hunker down, get a bunch of work. We're going to the local gym. The girls are doing like living life. So it's a good time of our life to just do that and prepare for the other countries, which Tyler's working on extensively. He's researching all the different details on Excel sheets and everything like that. He's got everything like from what visas and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a good preparation for going again full-fledged once everything opens up.
But we're definitely going to do probably smaller trips, I hope, in the future. And then come back.
Small trips.
There's a lot.
Indigo, love your channel. Your family is beautiful. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. You haven't caught Ian's saying, haven't caught a live. Well, are we citizens? No, we're not citizens. To become a Kiwi, like a New Zealander, I don't think it's such an easy process. They have different types of visas that you can apply for, which we've looked into, and we'll share all that in the future. But no, we are not citizens. It's not like you can just boom become a citizen. I guess maybe people with like maybe $1 billion or whatever it is can just kind of fast track it. But yeah.
Somebody said, did you pick up a hobby or an interest in another country and still do it today?
That's a great question. Have we picked up a hobby or an interest? Food, cooking, different types of food has definitely kind of like spiked our interest. Traveling, for example, when we were even in Sri Lanka, we tried different types of foods and flavors that we'd never tried before. And we're starting to experiment with different cooking options that have those types of flavors, which is just unique because we've never done it. Other hobbies? Well, I think one thing, maybe more so for Angelique, she really wants to get a sewing machine. So if we have a sewing machine, then she can start sewing. And we went through a lot of countries where they make the clothing, like in Cambodia. Maybe you saw that even in Thailand and stuff. So we went through a lot of different spots and in Dubai through the textile markets where you can buy all the fabrics. So it kind of like spiked more of her interest in what she wants to do when she's older, starting up. So once we have a clothing line that Angelique designs, you can go for that. We've been putting together. Do you want to explain what we've been kind of working on in the preparations?
So just like the other week, we put together a business plan and stuff. And then we were saying, because since we travel around, then we can travel around and find good factories that could manufacture the clothing after, like if they have good setups and all that, and good fees and all that, then start adding on to those.
So what we were looking at doing is, first of all, getting a sewing machine for Angelique. She really likes styles that you can't find anywhere unless you go to maybe Belarus. Like in Belarus, all the ladies had beautiful dresses. Belarus is a kind of like a Russian country, if you don't know where it is. And very strict. But anyway, the girls had these gorgeous dresses, and I think it's because they didn't have franchises, so they were kind of like more homemade. And so she was like, if we can get those kind of patterns, then she can work on some of those styles. And
Yeah, Angelique's like very particular when it comes to shopping. That's why she wants to make her own. And someone just said, "What do you guys think of the Kiwi fashion?" Well, Angelique, what do you think of it?
Very interesting.
See, it's kind of funny.
It's not my style, I guess you could say. Like,
it's not like super stylish, right? It's like kind of just more chillax.
They're just,
So they don't really care. So it's not like, when you go to Italy or certain countries, you just get all these cool styles.
And we think maybe like, okay, well, you know how we just recently started watching Stranger Things because everyone says it's really good, so we're seeing what this is all about, and it's kind of in the 80s. We're wondering if that's something maybe spiked something up with going back to the 80s look.
Yeah, like,
is the
like
80s
look, is
the
that
other
in
day,
where you're from?
The other day, me and my mom went to the store, and we saw a t-shirt with shoulder pads, and we were just like, oh my gosh,
like
what
the
is
80s.
This?
It was like literally like an 80s shoulder pad. And we're like, no, this can't be coming back in.
Something that's cool here in New Zealand is they have a lot of secondhand shops, which is amazing because you just keep, and you find sometimes the best clothing, like this top and, all the sweater, more so. But anyways, all those things. And the other day they had something where they had like a thing where everything was $1. So for me personally, I just get like lots of clothes, but my mom and them are always like, oh, I'm not sure about this. But then after, like, oh yeah, that's really cute. It's really funny.
So Derek asked up above, what is the video titled with stingrays?
That the Stingray video, maybe when we went to... Did you post that one?
In Gisborne?
Oh, is that what you mean? Where maybe you're talking about when we went to go see stingrays in the Gisborne area. And we got to like actually pet them and feed them. That's going to be a video that's going to be upcoming in our series. So you'll see that with the New Zealand videos if that's the one you're saying.
Get ice cream from that shop.
Ooh.
Saying which one to use.
Carrie's
really
originally
good.
from Napier. That's
Cut
cool.
the banana,
but
mix
in
it all
Brisbane.
together, put tiny pieces of vanilla flavoring.
You're saying it's going to be interesting carrying a sewing machine. Well, obviously we won't be able to carry it around with us. So it's like one of those, it's going to be one of those things that we're going to have and then we're just going to unfortunately have to leave behind. So
That's
that'll be
like-
sad.
We're gonna probably get one back at home though.
Yeah.
In the future, it'd be nice to have small trips. You go for a few weeks, come back.
Yeah.
Go for a few weeks, come back.
What is our favorite television shows? Okay, so we just started the Stranger Things
So
one.
we started that
That's
one.
bizarre.
And there's another one called Lupin. It's like
yes.
it's like the opposite of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is a detective, but Lupin is like the French thief.
Okay, what it
He
is
steals stuff.
he's a gentleman burglar, if you will.
It's based on a book series, and
It's
obviously
really
it's a
cool.
French
And we
book
watch it in
series.
French.
We watch it in French. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's like the MacGyver of this era. Like he just has a solution for everything, but he's like a magician, and he's everything all in one. It's pretty cool.
really good.
So that one's good. That's on Netflix, yeah?
Yeah.
If not, we
There's-
still...
There's one that us girls watch, but like not all the time. But it's called Manifest.
Oh.
That one's like. It's funny because like whenever we say something nowadays, us girls, when it's like mean the
It's-
same thing, we all say the same
It's
thing.
all connected. Well, we watched that quite a while ago, but yeah.
No, it's out now. New season.
Sean, would we consider a meet and greet of our fans living in New Zealand? Is that something that you would want? Like, would you guys be up for it? We could prepare something in the near future. That would be a cool idea. And then just do something where we invite everybody, probably then in either Wellington or Auckland where it's bigger city centers.
Yeah.
But,
Oh.
yeah, why
Sorry.
not?
I was going to say something. The person said, I see it in the intro all the time, Stingrays.
The Stingrays is in the intro. Yeah,
Yes.
you probably see like a lot of cool things. Like, for example, well, going down when we were up in Cape Reinga, down that sand dune, like we have all of Rotorua, all of the Hamilton, Waikato region, all of Auckland, Napier. We got so many
Northland.
videos. It's gonna be really cool. Like we
Then
had
whole
so many
Southland.
amazing experiences. Yeah, we went through Invercargill. We went through like just everything. So yes, it's been fantastic. We will try and do another live, probably in another like 2-3 weeks. If you guys want them more regular, let us know. But yeah, I'm just gonna read through last comments before we kind of wrap up. Best of luck with our project. I love how Belarus specifically inspired you. Yeah. Well, they do have really cool fashion there, that is for sure. Europe in general, you could just sit there, and of course you wouldn't have a big mug like this. You'd have a tiny little mug, and you would just people watch, and just sit there and watch people, and it's just so cool because it's so stylish. Hello again. It says epic music. I don't know if they are free. It would be amazing. Yeah, just comment and give us links to some styles of the music, and then what we can do is we can look it up and we can see if we can match something similar. And yeah, definitely. Angelique, for example, she's been working on a video, but this is like in the mix for a long time, and it's all the epic drone shots in Switzerland. And so the music is everything, of course, and so if you find some cool music for that, let us know.
3 songs. She doesn't like any of them. How can we do it 3 times? Okay, guys, that's exactly why we need that epic boom.
We need like really good epic music. It has to go with it and move you emotionally and all that. So yeah, we have to, like I said, we spend a lot of time going through music and just listening and listening and listening. It's just crazy. So, all right, when are we coming back to Christchurch? Woo! Potentially in the next few weeks, we might do a trip towards Hamner Springs, which is for those of you who don't know, it's like a beautiful area that has hot springs and hot pools, which is really cool because it's winter here, so it'd be really nice to like have those hot springs. But yeah,
just like to say
your videos are awesome. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. So, all right, well, we're going to wrap up. If you haven't yet already, please subscribe to our channel. Like, don't forget to do that. Give us a thumbs up, like we always say to do, but like seriously, share our videos. We want to explode our channel. We want to, have everybody enjoying them, and so please do that. Last question.
Would you like to make a video with Tyler only? It would be fun to know it.
Yeah, I've got an idea.
You do? So, okay, wait. Shuffles, I'm probably saying your name wrong, but would like to make a video of Tyler only.
Hello.
We could make a video of what Tyler's like.
That.
Yeah, there's a guy named How To Dad, and his wife's never in the video. And they always cover her face. It's really funny.
You're not supposed to say
That would
it.
be funny. All right, nice chatting to you as well. Caboose, Clippers. I never know if those are your real names or just your handle, but anyway.
That's probably
Invisible Man, guy, hi. Your blood types. What about our blood types? Huh? What? You a vampire. All right. Do we think COVID's settled down enough? Well, not with what's happening. When? I don't know. Like, seriously.
I mean, because Europe right now is open. Like, and we know people who are people still travel right now.
Well, Portugal's not, and they're having, it's just starting to be like, it's just starting to open up everywhere in Switzerland, for example, and France is opening up, and all these countries are opening up, but it's summer over there, and everything's looking good, and then other countries, like the UK, is like still hesitant. Canada's just starting to open up. They still haven't opened up their borders with the U.S., so it's
an unknown.
It's unknown, and I have no idea, like, how long is it going to take for everyone to be, like, immune and all that stuff, so who knows. How To Dad's great. We love watching his videos as well.
We watched the one with the baby last night, and then one against Americans and New Zealanders. That's how Chloe got that thing she said earlier.
That's hilarious. Oh, is that how she got the wording?
Yeah.
I actually made a video of the differences between America and New Zealand. I don't know when I'll release it, but I did the filming parts of it. I'm just working on getting all the clips. That one's going to be hilarious. And then I just watched the How To Dads last night, and his was so funny. So mine probably won't be as funny, but anyway, it'll be interesting from our perspective. We've lived in those countries, so it'll be neat to see the biggest differences. So yeah, okay, so we'll let you all go. I hope you all enjoyed the video. What are you leaning over for? So oh, here? Oh. Okay, we'll let you all go, though. Thanks for joining our live. If you have any questions, comment back. And as always, it's really nice to connect with you all, and we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good week, and happy Father's Day.
Happy
Bye.
Father's Day to all you fathers over there. Bye.
Is that just me or did that mouse move?